This is the Sigma 17mm f4 DN shooting right now on my S5. You know, I like to do these little in-car tests. You know, I'm out and about, I'm shooting, I might as well do the intro and test it in this way at the same time. So that's that done. How did she fare? Of course, the S5 is the older autofocus system, but I think all is fine for this static sort of shot, and probably not what this is about. You know, if you're going to move around a lot, maybe a vlogger, maybe. But yeah, I'm more interested in landscape, sort of urban landscapes, maybe. We'll see how we get on. I'm just going to get a bit of a test feel for it for now, and then maybe buy it for myself and see how it goes. Yeah, let's get in the studio, show you this thing up close. I think it's definitely worth a little hands-on time, and then get those samples on the go, have a little waffle, and it'll be over to you in the comments below. So yeah, let's just crack on with it. We are greeted with instructions and a lineup booklet. And we've got these sections here, so let's take the lens out and this bit, have a quick look in here. Two little things there. Firstly, we have this magnetic lens cap and this rather nice feeling, not sure why it's ridged, but it's nice, lens hood. Yeah, cool. Then the lens itself is in here. Now this is a rather nice feeling bit of kit. It only weighs about 225 grams. We've got the snap cap right there. 9 elements in 8 groups. Aperture, nice clicks there. We've got f4 to 22, and we've got the A mode. That's a nice aperture ring. Manual focus ring, smooth enough. Not particularly interested in that myself. We are getting a closest focusing of 12 centimeters. Magnification ratio 1 to 3.6. Filter size 55mm. Now, if we pop that lens hood on, you can see it's a dinky little thing. Sigma have confirmed to me, and this is their words, only the lens mount helps with the weather resistance. The lens itself is not, and I will be repeating that in another video. Now, that, oops, look at that magnetic lens cap. I do like how discreet it is too. Bit awkward to take off if you've got the hood on, but you can do it because it's got a bit of a groove there. But that is actually pretty cool. And of course, if not, you've got the snap cap. That's a nice bit of thought gone into that. Obviously 17mm. We've got the AF and the MF focus switch on the side. 9 elements in 8 groups. Angle of view 103.7 degrees. Yeah, I think we're going to have some fun with this one. It'll be on my S5, so let's see how we get on. Of the 3 launch day lenses we're looking at, I think this 17mm is my favorite when it comes to build quality and handling. Of course, it's very similar to the 50mm, but the small nature of this lens is a real plus for me. It feels like a solid chunk of metal from the lens hood down to the mount fitting. Now, the aperture ring is one of the nicest that I think I've tested in some time. And while I don't use the manual focus ring that much, I'm pointed at the light so you can see it a bit better, you know, it feels good enough. Of course, it's a shame that the lens only has weather protection at the mount, but we'll just leave that thought there for now. Finally, the minimum focus distance of 12 centimeters is super fun, so well done, Sigma. Sharpness is very good. It does go a bit awry towards the edges, but you know, otherwise I'm happy. Color rendering is pleasing, trouble-free, and contrast is good. Chromatic aberration doesn't seem to be an issue. In general, distortion is well handled, although the edges, again, a little bit funky in fairness. Vignetting seems to be pretty much non-existent, and ghosting and flare also not a problem with this one. I guess my biggest gripes then are the distortion, and so it's not a perfect lens by a long shot, but it's still quite capable in most situations, and for me the image quality for this one is actually pretty good. The price for this then at launch, $549.99. So the only question left is it worth it? Well, the lens will be available from the 21st of this month, and I think it's a really interesting little option. The small size, the 12 centimeter minimum focus distance are probably the two biggest selling points for me. The size and weight of the Sigma 17mm f4 is exactly the same as the current 24mm 3.5 DGD, and it is about £479 so cheaper, but obviously not as wide. Then you've got the Panasonic 18mm f1.8, way more light capability, similar focal length, but 6mm less minimum focus distance. It's heavier, it's more plastic than metal, and it's also £150 more expensive. Of course, Sigma have their own 16 to 28 at 749 is a very nice lens in its own right. If you're not concerned about having a faster aperture, but you do want a dinky little solid wide angle lens that feels like it's built to last, the asking price might be okay. It's a tad high in my opinion, but then the lens is very capable, so could be a fair investment in the long run. What do you reckon? Let us know in the comments. And yeah, well, we've got 2 other launch day videos, so go and check those out too.